Powell versus Alabama. What is the Sixth Amendment? The Sixth Amendment guarantees the rights of criminal defendants with the right to a public trial without delay, the right to a jury, and the right to know who your accusers are and the evidence that is being used against them. March 25, 1931. 9 young black men were riding on an empty freight train along with 7 young white males and 2 white women. A fight broke out between the 2 group of men, and one of the white males was thrown out the train. The 9 young black men were accused of rape by 2 women. The young black men were Charlie Williams, Ozzie Powell, Clarence Norris, Olin Montgomery, Willie Robertson, Haywood Patterson, Andrew Wright, Leroy Wright, and Eugene Williams. Ruby Bates was one of the females accusing the young black men of rape. Victoria Price was the other female. The boys were taken to Jackson County Jail, and that night a mob gathered outside the jail, intending to kill them. Local militia was called to help protect the defendants day and night. On April 6, 1931, the men went on their first trial and weren't assigned counsel until the right before the trial. This trial was not fair. The court had no evidence that the women were raped, and 8 of the boys were guilty.
This case takes place March 1931. 9 African Americans were accused of raping 2 white women. They were sent to jail because a fight broke out at the train station, and the white women later accused them of rape. They were in jail, but they were not given a lawyer, and when they got their lawyer appointed, the lawyer didn't hear their side of their story, and the judge thought it was an unfair trial. Due to the case, you now have a right to a lawyer, and you have a right to talk to them before the trial.
So you're under arrest. Please stand up. Or you're under arrest. Please put your hands behind your back. Please. Hands on the windows. Okay, sir. Why? No questions need to be asked. Let's go. So you're under arrest. Please turn around. Why? Don't. Just turn around. Let's go.
To look at what you have said, I find all of you 9 young men guilty and are sentenced to death.
It's been said that as Americans we have 4 ways to defend our liberty: the soapbox, the ballot box, the cartridge box, and the jury box. But none of these draws us as deeply into the chambers of self-government as the jury box. Where else can ordinary citizens get real skin into the democracy game? And where but the jury box can such a broad spectrum of Americans unite in a common purpose, making our scales of justice stay balanced? The Founding Fathers saw trial by jury as an indelible shield against the tyranny they endured as colonists of the British monarchy. In the words of Thomas Jefferson, "The wisdom of our sages and the blood of our heroes has been devoted to the attainment of trial by jury. It should be the creed of our political faith." That's why the Founders put into the body of the Constitution, "Trial of all crimes, except in case of impeachment, shall be by jury." Great, but how does that affect civil cases? Well, that's just what the first Congress asked, and rectified in 1791 with the 7th Amendment, which extended the jury trial right to suits at common law, and more recently to torts. Common law suits typically seek monetary damages when a contract or a law has been broken, while torts seek monetary damages to right a wrong when no laws or contracts were broken. Tort suits include things like malpractice, personal injury, and product liability, problems the courts didn't deal with in 1791. And like the Seventh Amendment, which protects federal cases, most state constitutions also grant civil jury trials. But in the end, juries try very few civil cases. Did you know that only 2% of all lawsuits ever go to trial in the first place? And that juries are summoned in just 7 in 10 of those trials? It's true. All the rest are settled out of court. And where do you think plaintiffs prevail more often, in front of judge or jury? If you guessed judge, you're right. So, as you can see, we ordinary citizens are doing an outstanding job of keeping the wheels of justice and democracy turning in America. Now I ask you, isn't the jury box a right and a privilege worth defending, even if it means using the soapbox of the ballot box to do it? Justice for all is a beautiful thing. This just wouldn't be America without it.